The wait is over. Championship Day is finally here, and by the end of today, we're going to have crowned a state champion at the AA level of Wyoming American Legion Baseball. Hello everyone, welcome inside the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. I'm Colin Holt, getting so excited for Laramie versus Cheyenne. One of those teams going to come home with a trophy by the time this Friday is done. We're going to get you ready for those game or maybe even game games with this pregame show, and then we'll send you out to Cowboy Field in Laramie to get the game going. Let's take a look at the updated bracket right now. Game times for today, how these teams got here. Obviously, Cheyenne has the situational advantage, being the team that has not yet lost in this tournament, so they only have to win once today. Laramie would have to beat Cheyenne twice, and if Laramie wins game one, which now has been pushed up to 11 a.m. over concerns because of the weather, then they would force a game 2 at 1:30. Laramie would have to win both those games to be state champs. Cheyenne only has to win one. Let's take a look at how these two teams got here. Starting off with the winners bracket, Cheyenne obviously took care of business, beating Rock Springs, Sheridan, and then Laramie a couple of days ago. Laramie took care of business against Jackson in a very close game. Another close game against Gillette to make it to that winners bracket final before finally losing to Cheyenne. So we drop down now to the losers bracket. Take a look at how these teams fared. Casper, Laramie, Evanston, Cheyenne, those were the matchups yesterday in the semifinals. So we take you to the highlights now. Started off with game one of the day between Casper and Laramie. This was a very good game. It was much anticipated, knowing how good these two teams were. Laramie, they were going to need a very strong defensive performance to take care of Casper with how good the Oilers' offense had been. That's Cooper Hack getting Casper in front first with an RBI single, and then a fly out here to far into the outfield, and Laramie's defense, we said they need a good performance. Well, they came up with one. The throw home is in time and on the mark to get out the runner heading home. Go to the top of the third now. Cole Douglas for Casper. He adds to that 1-0 lead. Coming up with an RBI double, brings a run around. Top of the fifth now. This is a double play for the Laramie defense. They had so many highlight reel plays to keep themselves in the game. Malone at second snags the ball and flips to the shortstop to complete the double play. Casper's offense not done yet though. Braden Barr with a 2 RBI single brings a couple around. Casper's lead is now 4. Bottom of the 6th. Run comes around on an error, and now all of a sudden Laramie is on the board, and they're going to try to crawl back into this one at the bottom of the 6th. They would do so. Another error brings Dodd around to score. Laramie's starting to feel like, hey, maybe some mistakes by Casper's defense is letting us back in the game, and here's where the bats woke up. Ryan Chamberlain with a beautiful sac bunt down the first base line. It's now a 1-run game, and then Billy Jenkins, who had a phenomenal day yesterday, he comes up with the base knock to bring a run home and tie the ball game. It would stay tied all the way into extra innings. This is top of the 8th. Billy Jenkins, you just saw him at the plate. Now he's pitching for Laramie. He gets him to strike out looking, and Laramie's going to the bottom of the 8th with a chance to walk off for the second time in this tournament. Bases loaded. Medina at the plate. He earns the walk, and Laramie walks it off to advance to the championship day today. Casper put up a very tough fight in a great tournament for the Oilers, but Laramie, they've just had the magic all tournament long. Let's go to game 2 yesterday, the other semifinal. This was Cheyenne and Evanston, the favorites versus the underdog, the unranked team that lost on day 1 and found their way back into the semis. Well, Cheyenne, they may have started a little slow in other games, but they didn't start slow in this one. 3 runs in the top of the first. Zach Kostopoulos brought in 2 runs with an RBI single, and Mason Tafoya also had a sac fly for the Sixers as they led it 3-0 after the top of the first. Evanston would answer back with a run of their own in the home half of that opening frame. Jagger Mitchell with a sac fly that brought in 1 run. So now Evanston's on the board. We go back to the bottom of the second now. This is just an inning later. Cason Smith comes in on a wild pitch for the Outlaws. Then Clayton Moyles at the plate. He brings in 2 runs with a double. And now all of a sudden, Evanston is on top in this game. 4-3 Outlaws after 2. So you see the Cheyenne offense go back to work now. Hayden Swain, who was the catcher in this game, he comes up with a base knock that brings a run around, so we're tied at 4-all. Evanston's not done yet. They're the underdogs in this game. They kind of played with a chip on their shoulder, a little bit of that, hey, you know, We don't have anything to lose here. Gus Allred with an RBI knock. Then Bodie Wicks grounds out. This brings a run in. Evanston's now got a 2-run lead on the favorites. But a half inning later, this is the reason they are the favorites. Cheyenne comes up with a huge inning. Zach Kostopoulos comes around on an error. Then a walk brings in another run. Julian Romero, a play later at the plate. He would come up with a 2 RBI single. You'll see it after this walk. That put Cheyenne in front, and it put him in front for good. They would go on to hang a 10 spot in the top of the 5th, leading 14-6 by the time that inning was done. Final score would be 15-8, as both teams got another run later in the game. But Cheyenne, maybe it took them a little while to finally take control of that game, but once they did, they certainly took control and never relinquished it. Zach Kostopoulos with a great day, 4 for 5, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. It was Evanston's first semifinal appearance, and Cheyenne definitely not their first, as they will play for another state championship today. So that's how we get that matchup with Laramie and the Sixers going head-to-head. You've got the home team, the host team that's kind of had the magic throughout this tournament. They've turned things around after a bit of a struggle at the end of the regular season. Cheyenne, they have been methodical in this tournament, doing what is expected of them. And we'll see if Laramie has enough pixie dust to pull off the victory. We're going to really get into this matchup and what the keys are. We'll also hear from both coaches when we come back after the break from the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. Talk to you in a moment.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
I'm Officer Kevin Malatesta, Public Information Officer for the Cheyenne Police Department. Cheyenne Police Department, for the May mobilization, is really looking for people who aren't seatbelted in their cars. It's a secondary violation in Wyoming, but as we make traffic stops for speeding, cell phones, whatever it may be, we're going to be looking to make sure that people have their seatbelts on. As we've gone over, seatbelts do save lives, and way too many people in Wyoming aren't wearing them. We want to make sure that people get home safely, get to see their families again. So if they're involved in a car accident and that seatbelt is on, there's a much higher likelihood of that person making it through that accident, making it through without injuries even. When we have crashes without seatbelts, the consequences are much more severe.
The Cheyenne Police Department for that message from the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition, reminding you to buckle up for life, Wyoming. We're right here in the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. Every ride, every time. All right, here's the deal. These two teams, Cheyenne and Laramie, that'll duke it out for a state championship, they have played a few times already this season, to put it lightly. Let's roll the tape from the last time they met in this tournament. Overall series now has gone in Cheyenne's favor 6-2, including this win at the state tournament this season, as Cheyenne got a 16-0 victory. Laramie is actually the only team in the AA East to steal a conference game from the Sixers. So that tells you that this Rangers team, they can do it. They do have the magic, but can they topple the Cheyenne team that has looked so very good, not only all season long, but all tournament long as well? So that's important to keep in mind. Laramie's the only team from the AA East to have gotten the victory against Cheyenne in conference play, but then Cheyenne took on Laramie just 2 days ago and won that one 16-0. We talked to Aaron Lozano, the coach of Laramie, last night after that victory over Casper to put them in the championship game. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, I can tell David Settle at the end of every comeback win, it's hard to keep the Rangers down, and if we've got a shot, there's a good chance we're going to go out and win a ball game. And I think you said it right. Grit, determination. These guys have it. It's that stuff that you can't really coach. These guys just have it. They play for each other and they play to win. We didn't really have a message. We were just kind of hyper to be out of that inning. We thought Billy Jenkins just was lights out. Really had one of his best pitching performances of the year. And really the closest thing I had to a message was when Diego came down. Coach Hill went out to talk to his pitcher, bases loaded, and Diego comes down and he says, "Coach, what do you want me to do here?" I said, "Be yourself and we'll be okay." Just that grit and determination, never giving up, always playing for each other. When you're playing for each other, the result sort of doesn't matter as much. Obviously you want to win, but if you're playing for each other, usually that's what happens.
Well, you heard it. Coach Lozano and the Rangers feel like if they're in a game, then they've got a chance to win. So they just got to put themselves in that position twice today if they want to get a state championship. But they're going up up against the Cheyenne Post 6 Sixers, who have been solid. I mean solid. We talked to Coach Lane not only about the pressure of being the favorites, but also about the keys to finishing the job for them as well. Here's what he said.
Yeah, the biggest thing for us is we trust our preparation and the schedule that we play and helping us prepare for tournaments like this. And, we try to control what we can control, which is try to play clean baseball, throw strikes, and, not give away anything for free. And we feel confident that if we prepared the right way and we control those little things, that we can play well and have success. So we've done that for the most part this tournament, but there's still a lot of baseball left. Yeah, this is a really special team. We actually broke the wins record yesterday, I believe. So the wins record was 65. So we've done that, and we have some individuals that are going to break some, single season post 6 records, which it's not every year that you have somebody doing stuff like that. Bradley Feaser's in line to break several records potentially here pretty soon, and Zach Kostopoulos breaking the RBI record. So we're a really talented group, but we like to hang our hat on throwing a lot of strikes, pitching really well, and defending it. And we've done that. And I'm just really proud of this group, because I know it's not easy to play the amount of games that we've played this summer and to stay locked in and focused every day. And our guys continue to do that, and just proud of them. And they've grinded, and we got to keep grinding here for another day tomorrow. Yeah, well, first of all, I just want to give a shout out to the Evanston Outlaws. What a fantastic season that they had, and they proved what a tough out they are in this tournament, day in and day out after going to the losers bracket on day one. And they've got a couple special players over there on that team. So my hat's off to them. Great run for those guys. And now moving on to Laramie here, they're a team that's beaten us, and they've beaten us in conference play in games that matter. And we were able to open it up on them last night, but that's not indicative of who Laramie really is. And so we're excited for the challenge that they bring. And they're a tough out as well. You saw it today with Casper being down to your last 6 outs, down by 4 runs. And so we're going to have to really strap it on and lock in and focus and do the little things right and try to play well to go finish it.
Well, around the state, there is so much respect for the program that they've built in Cheyenne. Coach Lane and his program have so much respect for all the teams in the tournament this year. He recognizes just how talented the field was here in 2021. But I'm looking forward to a very good matchup between Cheyenne and Laramie. We talked to Grant Storebo, who's been on the broadcast all week for MyLocalRadio.com out of that Union broadcast booth. Cowboy Field in Laramie, asking him what the keys are for Laramie to at least get a victory in Game 1 and force that decisive second game. Here's what Grant had to say about that.
To force Game 2 the Rangers, I think it's crucial that they jump out early on post 6. We saw that it took post 6's offense a little while in the first game they played in this tournament to get going. So if you can get on post 6 before they start scoring and get to that huge inning, that's going to be a key for them. And the other thing Laramie needs to do is they need to play errorless baseball and play clean. They struggled with that just a little bit in the first matchup between those two, but I definitely think it's going to be a good game, very much closer game than the one we saw a couple of nights ago.
Back live from the Union broadcast booth, it'll be interesting to see what these managers decide to do with all their chess pieces. Maybe we'll see Bradley Feaser for Cheyenne. I don't know. It's gonna be a great matchup as we bring you back live to the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. Let's take a look at the updated bracket for today. One last time, 11 a.m. is when it all gets started. That's in just a few minutes here. Laramie and Cheyenne. Cheyenne at 4-0. They only have to win once today. If Laramie takes Game 1, they'll play again in a winner-take-all at 1:30. And it will all be live on mylocalradio.com. I'm already looking forward to it. Cheyenne got the best of Laramie last time. Laramie has been the team with the magic, though. A couple of walk-offs, We'll take that short trip over the hill.
Apologies to our friend Colin Holt, but we are ready to get started. First pitch of the 2021 AA State Championship Series. Elan Off and Grant Storebo coming to you live from the broadcast booth, the Union Sports broadcast booth today at Cowboy Field. Pitch number 1, on the way at 11 o'clock sharp, and it is missed for a ball by Garrett Dodd, the starter. And Grant, while I finish setting things up, why don't you give us some numbers on Garrett Dodd?
Yeah, Garrett Dodd, he's a guy that has gotten some run on the mound for the Laramie Rangers. He's thrown 33 2/3 innings. His ninth start in this one today. He's 3-2, 28 earned runs, 47 runs allowed, 16 strikeouts to 25 walks, and a 5.82 ERA. So that is what Garrett Dodd looks like early on, and Julian Romero draws the early walk, and Dodd allows that first base runner to get on. Dom Lopez stepping to the plate.
And that is huge if you are post 6. You talked in the pregame show about what the key is for Laramie. What's going to be the key for post 6 to get going and capture that 32nd state title?
Yeah, and I think conversely, Laramie wants to hold Cheyenne down. I think if Cheyenne can jump up early and then let Bradley Fieser do his thing on the mound, the quicker you can get Bradley a lead, the better off you're going to be moving forward. But we'll see how they do against Garrett Dodd.
Dodd delivers this one, hit hard at the shortstop. Chamberlain goes to second for 1, on to first for 2. Good double play by Laramie to start it out.
Yeah, that was a really good job. Dom Lopez hit that well, but Chamberlain, really good play, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered for Laramie. Got to keep this post 6 offense at 0 if it's possible.
So Laramie off to a decent start here in the state championship series. There we go. Now we're right where we want to be. That'll bring up Coulter McAnally as he fouls that one off. No balls, 1 strikes. Give us the lineup, of course, for Cheyenne post 6, if you would, Grant Storebo.
Well, we saw Julian Romero and Dom Lopez already. Coulter McAnally in the box. Zach Kostopoulos hitting 4th. Mason Tafoya hitting 5th. Kelton Hastings in the 6th hole. And then rounding it out is Hayden Swain, Caden Anderson, and Ty Lobmeyer. And that is how Ty Lane's squad is going to attack Garrett Dodd in this one.
1 ball, 1 strikes to the sophomore sensation McAnally. Sends that one skied into left field. Ben Malone back to the warning track, and that one is off of the tree and over the fence. A 2-run shot into center field. Or excuse me, left field for Coulter McAnally, and post 6 on the board early. We talked about it. That's going to be a key for this post 6 team, and they lead it. Oh, wait a second. They're saying it hit a tree, so are they saying it's a ground rule double? What's the house rules here? We're about to find out.
That ball, I'm almost certain that hit the tree first.
I think everybody, a lot of people saying it's a home run. Coach Lane coming out and trying to get the situation. As of right now, we believe it is 1-0 post 6 after the solo shot by Zach Kostopoulos. Already an interesting state title series, as it will have to be. It's basically become a best of 3 with Cheyenne up 1-0 after winning that final championship bracket game.
Yeah, it's like you're up 1-0 in a 3-game series right now. Cheyenne obviously has the advantage, have to be beaten twice today. And Ty Lane is upset about that call right there. Coulter McAnally hit that well into left field. I'm not sure exactly what it was there, but yeah, you're right. It's the 3-game series, so post 6. And post 6 has the advantage because of the pitching they've allowed themselves to have left. Not very many teams can have the likes of Coulter McAnally, Bradley Fieser, their top-end guys ready to go on the final day of the state tournament.
Weather's supposed to blow in around 1 o'clock. That's why this game was moved to 11, as teams who participate in the state tournament have not left Laramie. They're here to find out who takes the whole thing. If Laramie wins this game and forces a 1 o'clock game, though, with the weather blowing in, this thing might get expanded to tomorrow or tonight. And that really helps Laramie out pitching-wise, because then the word on the street, Brandon Chavez is available tomorrow if that does happen, and puts Cheyenne in a little bit of a bind because pitching-wise, they will have to burn a pitcher for the first day of regionals.
Absolutely, and that would make it very difficult if the weather did blow in on post 6. They would still have a lot of pitching for tomorrow, but you're right, if they were to win in a potential game tomorrow, it would be very difficult for them to lose, possibly those top-end guys for day one of the regionals. You want to stack up your best against Oregon's best, and now all 3 umpires are surrounded around Ty Lane.
This is
an interesting call.
Let's find out what the official call is. Is it a triple? Is it a double? I mean, are they saying it's a ground rule double? What are they saying here? We're not sure.
McAnally's staying put at third base, so I think that's going to go down as a triple.
Wow, so that run comes off the board, and I can hear the post 6 fans not pleased with that call at all.
No, I get that I'm a little bit biased, but I would think that a ball off the trees would be a home run, but looks like it's going to be a triple, and now that double play is even bigger because a run would have scored on that.
So no balls, no strikes. Sigastopoulos, fly ball to deep center field. Chavez goes back, makes the grab, and that's out number 3. And, well, that call could definitely be reflected later on in the game. It's no score. Headed to the bottom of the first. The Rangers withstand the first attack from post 6, and it's no score. Laramie will have their shot when we come back. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper. As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
All right, so a controversial beginning, as it is 0-0. We're going to get umpire TK Stout in the Union press box to explain the rule, but as it is interpreted, it is not a home run. TK Stout, of course, one of the umpires as we come to the bottom of the first. It'll be Aiden Morris, Garrett Dodd, Brandon Chavez, Riley Hogsett, Ryan Chamberlain in the 5 spot, Billy Jenkins 6th, Diego Medina 7, to Moore and Malone 8 and 9. First pitch to Morris, inside part of the zone for strike 1, and we're welcoming to the Union broadcast booth umpire extraordinaire TK Stout. And TK, we're doing this ESPN style. We're bringing the official. Explain what just happened with that Colton McAnally hit to center right left field.
Sure, and to explain what happened just now, like Sunday before the tournament, we had a walk around for the field, scrutinized all the ground rules, and that is the ground rule that we came up with before the tournament started. So it is called the Tropicana rule, just like in Tampa.
Yep.
If the ball hits the dome and comes down, fair play, they play it. So that's exactly what happened here. And, it hit the conifers above the yellow line out there, but came back and played just as we explained it. We remind the coaches at the pregame conference every game. So as an umpire, I just thought that conversation took an extraordinarily long period of time after we've established that ground rule, but Ty was doing his job.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
That's what we expect.
Absolutely. TK, thank you so much for coming in and explaining that to everybody watching on mylocalradio.com. Stick around. If there's any other clarification, we might be calling your number again.
Hey, thanks for having me. Anytime.
All right, so you heard it. That was a rule that was agreed upon before the tournament even started, as Morris hits a chopper at Lobmeyer. Throw to first. Is it in time? Yes, by barely about half a step. That's one down. Big thank you to TK Stout for coming in and explaining that rule. I could hear a lot of Post 6 fans already lighting up the comments section. But knowing that that was a rule that was agreed to at the beginning of the tournament, of course, Tylane does have to advocate for his players. So no harm on any spot, but it is the right call. First pitch in the zone to Garrett Dodd after the 5-3 ground out of Aiden Morris.
Yeah, absolutely. That was just kind of a weird one that left us a little confused in the Union broadcast booth. So huge shout out to TK for explaining it.
I'm glad he's close by, so if we have another interesting situation, we can bring him in. 1 ball, 1 strike on the way. This one, fly ball to shallow center field. Tafoya camped out under it. That's 2.
Back-to-back outs for Bradley Feeser on the mound. He's looking good. Sixers going with the red tops, blue pants, red stirrups.
Let's talk about those Bradley Feeser numbers that are just unreal this season.
Yeah, Bradley Feeser's had a heck of a season for Post 6 this summer. He's got 88 in the 3rd innings pitched. He's making his 18th start, 13-2, looking for win number 14 on the year. 138 strikeouts to 26 walks, an 0.79 ERA, and a 184 batting average against. So he has been very tough on opposing offenses, and can't really blame him. He's got some electric stuff.
Absolutely. 1-0 to Garrett Chavez. Catches the outside part of the zone for strike 2.
Brandon Chavez, a guy that's had a very good season on the year for Laramie. Had a great year on the mound and had a great year at the plate. A 379 hitter in the regular season. Not sure what his postseason numbers have done to that average, but I'm sure they're right around that.
Yeah, we were only able to get stats from Laramie for the regular season, as the next one comes to Chavez down low. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that's a big storyline we got to follow. Keep an eye on the sky. Clouds move in. If Laramie forces game 2 and that game is played tomorrow, that young man is available to pitch, and he pitched a beauty against Gillette on Tuesday night. Chavez fouls that one, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And if you're Post 6, you want to make this as simple as possible. Get this win, get that state title, and get ready for regionals.
Absolutely, and then you don't put things into Mother Nature's hands at that point, because we all know how the Wyoming weather can be. It's in the forecast. You never know what's going to happen. 2
balls, 2 strikes to Chavez. This one hit up the center. McAnally goes over to field it. On to first for out number 3. So the Rangers go down in order. No score after 1. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
The importance of saving and learning how to use money wisely can be taught from a very young age. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we offer youth accounts to help kids learn to save, borrow, and spend responsibly. Our youth accounts are special, just like the kids in our community. Check out our See You Grow, See You Learn, and See You Prosper accounts for kids 0 to 18. These accounts are great to start managing finances. Open a youth account today for $1. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Welcome back to the Union Sports Broadcast booth. Union has great internet speeds. They're the ideal speeds for all your gaming, streaming needs. Visit unionwireless.com or visit your local Union store. ELAN and Grant Storebo coming to you live from the Union Sports Broadcast booth at Cowboy Field. 1 ball, 1 strike to the leadoff man. That is Mason Tafoya. Next one down low outside. That one actually hit the ground before hitting the left-handed batter's box. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tafoya comes in with a .351 batting average as the 2-1 is upstairs. 31 count to Tafoya.
Yeah, Tafoya is a guy that we've seen him make a couple very good defensive plays out in center field. He causes trouble for opponents when he's on the base paths, and he's just a very tough out.
Next one up high and in. It's a 5-pitch walk for Garrett Dodd, and Tafoya goes to first.
Well, this is starting an awful lot like the first inning, the leadoff walk. If we get a double play and an argument shortly after, we'll be right on track.
Pilgrim's Keldon Hastings had a big game against Evanston yesterday, 263 batting average. Hastings a big reason the post 6 Sixers were able to come back against the Evanston Outlaws, who led most of that game. First pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes, no score. Top of the second, state championship game 1. It's a best of 3, basically a best of 3 series with post 6 holding a 1-0 lead. 1-0 on the way. That one finds the zone. Good pitch from Garrett Dodd.
Yeah, that 1-0 game came a couple of nights ago in the winner's bracket championship game per se. Both of the 2-0 teams playing. Post 6 clinched their spot in that one, and I would presume that this will be a much more competitive game than that one.
If I'm not mistaken, it already is. I think at this point, post 6 had already had at least 1 on the board. As Dodd throws back to check up on Tafoya, who stands on first. Hastings, the right-hander, and the pitch. That one inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Caden Anderson's returning to the backstop after taking the day off yesterday. I believe it was Mason Tafoya, or was it? I think
Swain.
it was Hayden Swain. You're right, the designated hitter filled in for him. 2-1 on the way. This one, fly ball into center right field. It's going to be Taten Moore, the right fielder, goes back and makes the grab. 1 down and 1 on. Runner holds at first.
Yeah, and there have been some deep fly balls in this game early on off the post 6 bats, but Laramie's defense has made a couple of very good plays going back on those baseballs and have been able to make the plays. The one Brandon Chavez made to end the first inning was really good, and that was another really good one by Taten Moore.
Agreed. That'll bring up Hayden Swain, designated hitter today. He was the catcher yesterday. First pitch to Swain. Good job finding that outside corner by Garrett Dodd. No balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, and that's going to be important for Dodd jumping ahead of these hitters. We saw him fall behind a couple of guys, a couple of early walks in this one. If he can clean that up, I think he's going to have a pretty successful day on the mound.
0-1 count to Swain. Dodd delivers. Swing and a miss, 4 strike 2. And if you are Garrett Dodd, if you can go up 2 outs on this one, that'd be a big at-bat.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Anytime you can get 2 out of the first 3 guys out in an inning, you'll take it, and that's what Garrett Dodd is trying to do right here.
Laramie also set up for the double play with the runner at first and 1 down, and Swain will foul that one. It'll hold 0-2. Man, what a tournament the Laramie Rangers organization has put on this week. Hats off to them. It's been a great week from the moment we got first pitch on Monday all the way to our state championship series here on Friday. 0-2 on the way. That one a liner right up the center field. It was a grounder, hopper actually, and it'll move the runner over. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody down, or 1 down. And he got 2 on, and that'll bring up Caden Anderson, the catcher. Had the day off yesterday, but he comes in with a .309 batting average.
Yeah, and Caden's a guy that's had a really good state tournament, but when you're in that fortunate situation where a loss on Thursday doesn't eliminate you, you can rest your catcher. A lot of these catchers have caught every single inning for every team. Anderson had the luxury of taking a break, giving his legs a rest on day 4 yesterday. We'll see how that affects him today. Should affect him positively.
Winner of this tournament will move on to the Gillette, who is hosting the Northwest Regionals, as Anderson pops this one into shallow center field, and making the catch on the run is Chavez.
Yeah,
2 down.
That was one I wasn't sure Chavez was going to get to or not. He looked like he maybe thought it was hit further than it actually was. He had to make a good play coming in. That's 2 good plays by Brandon Chavez early in this game, playing a very good center field for the normal center fielder, who's Garrett Dodd. We've seen him in center early and often.
Just call him King Griffey Chavez. That'll bring up Ty Lobmeyer, first pitch, finds the zone. Beautiful location by Dodd.
This is an interesting. Ty Lane electing to go with a little bit better defense. Lobmeyer plays better defensively, third base. Fisher Brown swings it a little better at the third base position. So electing to go defense on championship day.
0-1 goes inside to Lobmeyer, 1 ball, 1 strike. And I wonder if a lot of it had to do with knowing the strengths of this team. May not be the offense. I mean, they get one good big inning, and that's usually the difference between a win and a loss for them, as the 1-1 misses down in the dirt, 2 balls, 1 strike. So I wonder if that's one of those deals where he's only expecting that 1 inning, and the rest of the way they're just going to have to hold it.
Yeah, and I think it might be one of those things where, you know, on a championship day, you really want to play clean baseball and you want your best defensive lineup out there, especially when Bradley Feaser is pitching. You don't want to give Laramie anything for free, because that's just one of those things that can get the ball rolling. So I think I like what Ty Lane did with the lineup, going with Lobmeyer over Brown.
3 balls, 1 strike to Ty Lobmeyer. Dodd needs to deliver a strike here, and he gets one as it's fouled just over the bleachers.
Yeah, and we've had a couple of close calls throughout the week, and see if we can finally get a ball into the Union broadcast booth.
2 on, 2 on. The runner on second is Mason Tafoya. Hayden Swain on first. Throw back to second to check on Tafoya. Full count offering. That one fouled again. So with 2 down and a payoff pitch coming, Laramie might be able to get out of another situation.
Yeah, and this would be a big one. We saw the big Tropicana rule call in the first inning, and another chance to get out of a jam.
Next one way inside, over the blue and white helmet of Ty Lobmeyer, and the bases are loaded. That'll bring up Julian Romero, who worked a walk last time up, but was cut down as part of that double play in the first. Headed to second.
Yeah, and that was a really good at-bat. Really, I think it was maybe just some early nerves from Garrett Dodd. He wasn't very close in that first at-bat. I expect him to be much more competitive against Romero.
And he drops one beautifully in the outside lower corner away from the left-handed Romero for strike 1. And crunch time, if you're Laramie, if you give Cheyenne an inch, there's a possibility they'll take a mile. 0-1 outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, that's what we've seen all tournament for Post 6. When they start to get things rolling, it's just been the huge inning, and that is what has kind of beaten teams in this tournament for Post 6 offensively. It's been the massive innings.
1-1 on the way. This one fly ball into right field, but it goes right into, no, it doesn't. Making the jump in left field was, right field was Taden Moore. I thought he had that one pegged, but it's going to be a 3-run RBI double for Post 6.
Yeah, and that ball was hit well. Taden Moore worked his way under it, had to jump at the last second, and it just got over the top of his head. And that's a double for Julian Romero, and that's how the scoring gets going.
3 runs come in for that one, and I think they're going to give him an error on that one, because it looked like Moore was in the perfect position to make that grab, and it just gets over him.
Yeah, it was almost like he just didn't stick his glove up, and they now call Julian Romero out at first base. I think the runs score, but Romero missed first base, rounding.
Oh, wow.
Rounding first. I believe all the runs will count, but who knows? We have another
TOTK.
So I'm not sure how to score that.
So are the runs. All right, we're going to straighten this out. We'll be back with the bottom of the second after this on the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
When your vehicle needs new tires, any tire store can get you back on the road. But only Plains Tire can get you rolling again with the peace of mind that you were treated well, paid a fair price, and that you'll be taken care of for the life of the tire. At Plains Tire, trained tire technicians mount and expertly balance your new tires, replace the valve stems, and hand check each lug nut to make sure it's all tight and secure. Plus, you'll get lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations only at Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston. Visit plainstire.com.
All right, we think Post 6 is up 3-0. That's what the scoreboard does read. Romero missed first, so he's called out at first, but the runners score because it wasn't a force-out situation, I guess is how that works out. We might need, I think this one's simple enough. We may not need to bring TK in, but it is 3-0 Post 6 as Laramie comes into the bottom of the second.
I think what happens is, since it's technically on an appeal and not on the play, it doesn't really go down as just a normal put out at first base where the runs wouldn't count because it's that appeal play. I believe the runs score. It's after the play actually happened.
Yeah, as soon as you started saying that, it kind of started making sense. That one ripped down the third base line, foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. Grant Storebo, best color man in the business.
Doing my best at it. Riley.
1 ball, 1 strike to Riley Hogsett, 329 batter on the season. Delivery comes in. That one misses up high. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Riley Hogsett nearly steered that one fair and had a base hit down the left field line just a couple of pitches ago.
2-1 on the way. Misses that one low. 3 balls, 1 strike. And this is a count we don't usually see Bradley Feaser get himself into.
No, he's a guy that only has 26 walks in 88 1/3 innings, so he's a guy that doesn't give away free passes.
3-1, popped foul over the first base line. It'll be a payoff pitch, and Hogsett will try to work the walk.
The other thing about Bradley is he knows how to pitch. He knows those free bases kill it.
This one popped up high into center left field. It's going to come into the glove of Julian Romero, who makes the run over from left. Makes the catch in center field. It's 1 down.
Yeah, and Romero had a ton of ground to cover there. Wasn't sure if it was going to be Tafoya or Romero, but the way Tafoya is playing in center, he's shading that right center gap just a little. So Romero has to be more aggressive on those balls in left center, just like he was right there.
As right-hander Ryan Chamberlain steps in. Chamberlain with a 347 average. One of the all-stars on this team. As Chamberlain takes this one right down center field, but not having to make a step is Mason Tafoya for out number 2. And that really was one of those, he was just planted there.
Absolutely, he was perfectly positioned on that one. That was a really good swing by Chamberlain. He took it outside pitch right to that right center gap, just little, but with where Tafoya is playing, that's where it's going to be an out.
First pitch to Billy Jenkins. This one hit hard at the second baseman. Hastings throw to first. Kostopoulos gloves it, and another 1-2-3 inning for Post 6. They're looking good on defense as Coach Ty Lane's defensive lineup appears to be paying off. It's 3-0 on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard heading into the third. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament live on MyLocalRadio.com.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tire, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
Dom Lopez, Coulter McAnally, and Zach Kostopoulos. The heart of the order due up for post 6 here in the top of the third. ELAN, OLLIFF, and Grant Storebo coming to you live from the broadcasting booth, brought to you by Union. It's the Union Sports Broadcasting booth today from Cowboy Field in Laramie. All the internet you need for streaming movies and gaming for the whole family. First 2 pitches misses to Lopez. 2 balls, no strikes to Dom Lopez. And the delivery from Dodd up high. 3 balls, no strikes.
Dodd in danger of his 3rd straight inning with a leadoff walk to the Sixers, and if you keep giving them free base runners, they're going to bring them around.
That's kind of how that last inning went for him, as the next one misses down low. 4 straight pitches for a walk. And that'll bring up Coulter McAnally.
And really, Dodd's done a good job after the leadoff walk of getting back in the strike zone against these Sixers hitters, but it's going to get tougher and tougher as they get more at-bats against him as the game goes along.
Coulter McAnally 1 for 1 with a triple. As the pitch goes outside, 1 ball, no strikes to McAnally. It was Coulter who hit that that ball that bounced off of the tree and then back into the field. As McAnally sends this one deep to left field, and that's gone. Second state championship in a row. Post 6 has got a homer. And McAnally says, I'm making sure of it this time.
Yeah, I think that one felt pretty good off the bat of Coulter McAnally. Always a little disappointing when you hit one and it doesn't count because of the field rule. You know, that ball hit the tree, bounced back in. McAnally made sure that one didn't hit the trees, and that's another 2 runs for the Sixers.
5-0 after the shot by McAnally over the left field wall. Pitch to Kostopoulos up high, ball 1.
Kostopoulos hit a ball really well into center field that Brandon Chavez made a great play on right in front of the fence over his head.
1-0 on the way inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Garrett Dodd having a little bit of trouble with location.
I think we're all right.
TK Stout just came inside the Union broadcast booth, said, you don't need me for that one, right? Now that's pretty good. 3 balls, no strikes to Kostopoulos. That one, a 4-pitch walk, and Zach goes to first. I believe, you might have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the 2nd state championship game, 2nd year that Coulter McAnally has took 1 yard at the state championship.
I think it was Andrew Johnson. Coulter McAnally was
grounded,
on base.
that's right. He's the one that...
Coulter McAnally was on base. He scored on that play, but it was Andrew Johnson who the Sixers actually came into this season not knowing who was going to play outfield. Andrew Johnson and Jackson Hesford were both guys that had been in the lineup since they were freshmen, and they're both playing college football, so they weren't able to compete this summer as they had to go report to their campuses. So the outfield was kind of a question for the Sixers coming in. But, yes, it was Johnson that hit that home run last year.
Of course, that 1-game state championship against Gillette. Last year, Gillette was the favorites going into that state tournament, and Post 6 kind of came back in and reminded everybody who they were.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was really a lot of these same guys just a year younger last year. That's kind of why there was some question marks with Post 6, but there's no doubt that there was talent there. It was just a matter of whether they were old enough and ready for that moment, and they proved they were last season.
Nobody down, a runner on first. That's Zach Kostopoulos. Here comes Mason Tafoya, the center fielder. First pitch up high, 1 ball, no strikes.
Pretty good crowd at Cowboy Field today, which is expected. Cheyenne just 45 minutes away, and Laramie, of course, the host team.
1-0, finds the zone. Good pitch by Garrett Dodd. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, and Dodd needs to get out 1 here in this inning before Post 6 gets a couple more base runners on.
2-1 upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Coach Lozano went out there and talked with his infield. Not making a change, but maybe just, hey, take a deep breath. Let's get out of this. We know we can score as Tafoya Fouls that one up. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Mason Tafoya. Top of the third. Dodd at the belt. Delivery. This one hit down the third baseline foul. It'll stay 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, we saw Mason Tafoya kind of get things going in the last inning with the leadoff walk for post 6. Now he's locked in a battle with Laramie's Garrett Dodd in this 2-2 count.
Dodd with the 2-2 delivery. Catches the inside part of the zone. That one nips the window. And it's 1 down, and that might be just what the doctor ordered for Garrett Dodd. That is his first strikeout of the game, and that'll bring up Keldon Hastings.
Yeah, that was a big one. Always tough when you give up a home run early on in an inning like he did to Coulter McAnally, and it's a good job bouncing back and getting the strikeout of Mason Tafoya, getting out number 1.
Hastings takes the first pitch inside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Hastings hit a ball well into right that Tatum Moore was able to glove his first time around.
Set by Dodd and delivery. This one fouled, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 count to Mason Tafoya. Championship Friday. Cheyenne Post 6 wins this game as they are up 5-0. They will be the 2021 state champions, defend their title from 2020, and it will be championship number 32 in program history. Laramie trying to win their 5th overall state championship as they won AA in 77, 83, 86, and latest championship single A in 2013. 2-1 fouled away by Hastings. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dodd delivers righty to righty. This one a liner right at the second baseman. Riley Hogsett, who jumps, makes the grab, throw to first to try to double up Kostopoulos, but he's good. Wasn't really a liner, it was more like a blue.
Yeah, I
kind of get your words mixed up.
Yeah, that was one that I thought was maybe going to get over the head of Hogsett, but he made a good play, took a couple steps back and a jump, and that is out number 2. Really good bounce back from Garrett Dodd after a shaky start to the inning.
I'll bring up Hayden Swain, who hit a single into center field and scored a run, as Swain will chop this one at Chamberlain at shortstop, gathers his feet, and they beat him by a mile for out number 3. 2 more come in on the Coulter McAnally blast, and it's 5-0. Post 6 going to the bottom of the third. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament, live on mylocalradio.com.
Gee, Tommy, you look amazing. Did you try something different with your enamel?
No way. I wouldn't do anything to alter these pearly whites, but I did see Dr. McKay Frankham, who told me if I didn't floss, I could miss up 35% of food particles.
Really? You told you that?
Yep, and you know what? He's 100% right. I started flossing, and now I look better than ever.
Wow, I want to see Dr. McKay Frankham.
Well, give him a call, 307-789-8910. Easy to remember, right?
That's super easy. Dr. McKay Frankham at 307-789-8910. I'll call today.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Seven, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Rangers, and they need that bottom of the order to produce as they trail 5-0 on the mylocalradio.com scoreboard going into the bottom of the third. Just kind of wrapping up the I guess you could say this is the wrap-up of the beginning part of the game. And Post 6 has looked good offensively. 2-run blast by Coulter McAnally in the top of the third after he hit a triple back in the first. So we might be talking about something else a little bit later. He's got the 2 hardest ones done. We'll just put it that way.
Exactly. And you mentioned something in the break. This is the first time since day 1 against Rock Springs that Post 6 has scored in back-to-back innings. So offense starting to come around. Good to see it early in the game.
Swing and a miss by Diego Medina, his first at bat for a strike. 296 batter Medina. First baseman for Coach Lozano and his crew. Bradley Fieser, the ace of this post-6 team, and when you're an ace of a staff that has a lot of other great pitchers, that really says something. Chopper to Lobmeyer, throw across the diamond in time for out number 1.
Yeah, and Bradley Fieser doesn't have the strikeout pitch working, has yet to have a strikeout. He's on the verge of breaking the all-time strikeout record, is Bradley, but he's just doing a good job trusting his defense, letting them make plays.
Tayton Moore steps into the batter's box. Fieser sets with the ball in front of his face. And the first pitch to Tayton. That one missed way outside. Anderson had that set up on the outside part of the zone away from the right-handed Moore, and that one missed pretty badly, actually.
Yeah, and you don't see Bradley Fieser have those big misses. I think that's where he is normally very good, but that one, yeah, the target was outside, and he missed way in.
1-0, nice bunt laid down by Moore. Pick up by Anderson, throw goes wild. That is going to sail all the way to the right field corner, and taking second on the air is Tayton Moore.
And that was actually a very, very fortunate that there's no fence down that right field line past the light post.
Yeah.
That he would have been able to take third base on that one. Instead, he has to stay put at second. But that's a tough error by Caden Anderson. Did everything right except sail the throw.
That was very unexpected. Anderson picks it up, has plenty of time, and the throw just goes wild. That'll bring up Ben Malone, the left fielder. 318 batting average with a runner in scoring position, 1 out. Laramie going to try to get something going here. First pitch, upper part misses, 1 ball, no strikes.
And we'll see how Fieser works out of the stretch for the first time. Got through the first 2 innings without allowing a base runner. That error allows more to reach, and sometimes that's a bit of an adjustment when you don't do it a ton in the early stages of the game.
This one, fly ball into center field. Tafoya makes the grab, throws it back in, and holds the runner at second. That's 2 down for the top of the order, Aiden Morris, who grounded out to the third baseman, Ty Lobmeyer, last time up.
Yeah, and that was a well-hit ball. Good play by Ty Lobmeyer. We've seen that Ty Lobmeyer's made 2 plays early on in this game over at third, and that's the one position that is a little bit fluid for post 6. Kind of changes some guys in and out.
Fieser checks the runner at second, and the first delivery to Morris. Inside part of the zone, strike 1.
We see the second time through Bradley Fieser starting Morris with a curveball on that one, so haven't seen that a ton the first time through.
That one popped foul over the third base line. 0-2 count to Morris.
There's a big run standing at second base for the Laramie Rangers. If they could get their first run across on Fieser and just get the scoring started for them, that'd be a good thing.
0-2. This one hit right at the glove of Hastings on to first. And despite getting their first base runner, Laramie can't do anything with it. This defense for Cheyenne holds up yet again. We're off to the 4th inning. Middle part of the game coming up. Cheyenne leads at the 2021 AA State Tournament Championship, live on mylocalradio.com.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosana Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified Level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Red Devils. West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
It's going to be Anderson, Loudmeyer, and Romero leading it off for the post 6 Sixers as they lead it 5-0 on the MyLocalRadio.com scoreboard. ELAN, OLLIFF, and Grant Storebo welcome you back to the Union Sports broadcast booth. Visit unionwireless.com or stop by your local Union office for all the details. First pitch to Anderson, takes this one into left field. That's going to drop, and a leadoff base runner yet again for post 6.
Yeah, this time it comes on the single. The first 3 innings, it's been on the walk, and that was just a first pitch. Sometimes guys sit and wait and try to drive the pitch count up a little bit. That time, Anderson ready for the fastball, got the one he wanted, shot it into left field.
Every game of the 2021 Wyoming AA State Tournament has been brought to you on My Local Radio by the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition, as the bunt was shown by Loudmeyer. Ball misses outside, ball 1. Brought to you by the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition. They remind you, buckle up for life, Wyoming, every ride, every time. I had a friend of mine, Scott Allred, as this one is a bunt beautifully down the first base line. They apply the tag. Actually, no, Loudmeyer just puts on the brakes, makes Dodd just throw it over to first, and the runner heads to second. That was a good bunt. Anyway, Scott Anderson told me about a story of a gentleman in Pinedale. Car rolled multiple times. Only thing that saved his life, buckle up his seatbelt. So everybody, buckle up your seatbelt every ride, every time. First pitch to Romero. Misses. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner on second. Next pitch outside. 2 balls, no strikes. You know, the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition has also been sponsoring 3-7 baseball, and they sent us a sheet, and it said that Wyoming as a state is under the average percentage of seatbelt users.
Wow.
The national average. So we need to drive those numbers back up, especially with how often everybody travels in this state. I mean, covering not just baseball, but football, volleyball, basketball, and soccer. You're gone 3-hour, 4-hour, 5-hour trips one way just to go to games. So everybody needs to be buckling up on those trips so they can arrive safely. What a chopper right at Medina, who makes the glove grab, tags the base, and that is 2 down for the Rangers. That was a great grab by Diego Medina at first.
Yeah, that was a good play. Julian Romero did a good job of spinning on that, chopped it over to Medina. Medina gloved it and stepped on the bag.
It does move the runner, Caden Anderson, to third as the first pitch to Dom Lopez finds the zone. No balls, 1 strike to Lopez. Runner on third, 2 down. 5-0 Cheyenne here at the 2021 AA State Championship. 0-1 on the way. Swing and a miss at one badly. Nice pitch by Dodd.
Yeah, that was a good breaker. Dom Lopez was clearly looking for something straight. He got the breaking ball and took a cut at it. Not going to touch that one.
The 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, and Dodd needed that strikeout. They get out of the inning, put a 0 on the board. Laramie now needs to respond with the bats. It's 5-0 heading into the bottom of the 4th. It's the 2021 AA Wyoming State Tournament live on MyLocalRadio.com.
Toronto Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
This First Bank of Wyoming broadcast of Outlaws Baseball is brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and he can help you get rid of migraines and allergies.
Welcome back to the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com. Elan Alf alongside Grant Storbo with Capital City Sports. We're broadcasting from the Union Sports Broadcast booth today at Cowboy Field in beautiful Laramie, Wyoming. Union offering high-speed internet for your home and office. Visit unionwireless.com or stop by your local Union office for all the details. Bradley Fieser goes back out for inning number 4 of work, and with a 5-run lead, why not?
Yeah, this is a position Bradley Fieser's found himself in early and often in this year. As we mentioned, the 0.79 ERA coming into this one. Doesn't give up a ton of runs, does Bradley Fieser, so when that post-6 offense can get him some run support, especially early on like they have in this one, he really starts to lock in on the mound.
Garrett Dodd, the pitcher, is going to lead it off for Laramie. Dodd grounded out to the,
Flew out to center field.
Flew out to center field. Sorry, I was trying to read the handwriting. As Dodd will put this one right at Coulter McAnally, in and out of his glove. Does he recover in time? No. Leadoff runner is on for Laramie. Very uncharacteristic mistake by Coulter McAnally. That was a hard hit ball by Garrett Dodd.
Yeah, that was a hard hit ball, and I think it shot up at him a little more than he expected, got into his body a little bit. A tough hop, but we're just so used to seeing McAnally make plays every time it gets hit out there that when he doesn't make the play, it really surprises you. But that was a tough one. That was a well hit ball by Dodd.
I'll bring up Brendan Chavez. Ground out to the shortstop last time up, back in the first. First pitch to Chavez. He lays the bunt down, but it will go foul over the third base line.
And Laramie really does play a lot of small ball. They're not afraid to lay bunts down, move runners over, get them in.
Well, when this is your home field, I don't think you've got very many more options. 360 down the lines, 400 to straight center field. And as we've already seen today, the trees definitely affect the game. Throw back to first to check up on Dodd. He head first, dives back in time. That is the real green monster right there. Wayne Boos, who's been serving as the PA announcer, told me they call that the big green wall. It's definitely one. Fieser really taking his time, and yeah, leaving Chavez no choice but to call timeout.
Yeah, and sometimes that's a call from the dugout. You just want to make that runner at first base feel very uncomfortable, especially in a situation where when you go stand out off of the base, eventually you're like, he's going to do something, he's going to do something. Sometimes you just make him stand there and make him think.
0-1 count to Chavez, who shows bunt. Here comes the corner infielder at third, as well as the second baseman. Timeout call. As soon as Chavez showed that bunt, Lobmeyer comes in from third. Hastings comes in from second to cover it. The 0-1. And here come the infielders again. He'll take the pitch on the outside part of the zone. Strike 2.
And he pulled the bat back. I think he was going to swing at that one. They saw how the post-6 infielders were reacting, and all it takes is a shot right by one of them to get an easy single when they're out of position like that.
A lot of green between Mason Tafoya in center and Julian Romero in left. 0-2 count to Chavez. This one is a blooper into right field, and the Rangers get back-to-back base runners. 0-2 count. Nice at bat by Chavez.
Yeah, and that's the first hit of the game for the Laramie Rangers against Bradley Fieser. Had a couple of base runners, a couple of errors, but that's the first hit. So maybe something will get going for the Rangers as we go.
Hogsett flew out to left field last time up. Still a lot of room between Tafoya and Romero, center and left field. We'll see if Hogsett takes advantage of it. Runner at second is Dodd. Runner at first is Chavez. Nobody down. Timeout called as the throwback to second happens, but timeout was already granted, and now here comes Ty Lane to talk things over with his right-handed ace.
Yeah, and Feeser just hasn't looked 100% comfortable since he went to the stretch in this inning after that leadoff error by McAnally. And you're mentioning that space in between Romero and Tafoya, and it really is big in left field. And I think some of that might be because of Feeser's velocity. They may be shading that away side of the hitter, although Tafoya slides back over, so maybe shrinking that just a little bit.
Yeah, he's now playing dead center. But yeah, he was shaded over into right, so now it's regular outfield. Well, that conversation between Ty Lane and Bradley Feeser looked like one of those, come on, you know you can do this type situations. We need you to start being the guy you've been all year.
Yeah, absolutely, and Feeser's more than capable of doing that, but has himself in a jam right here. Nobody out, 2 men on. One more thing to look at in the outfield. Dom Lopez is playing a little shallow in right field. Something could get over his head if Hogsett can put a charge into it.
And the lift leg, turn around. It's kind of a fall off the mound for Feeser. 0-0 count the pitch. Bunt laid down. That one will drop right in front of the mound. Runners are going to move over. And the good sacrifice bunt by Riley Hogsett. Get those runners in scoring position for Ryan Chamberlain. And with 1 down, you've got a lot on the table if you're Aaron Lozano and the Rangers.
Yeah, and that was a really good bunt by Riley Hogsett. You don't often see a cleanup hitter square around a bunt, but in the final day of the state championship, you got to do what you got to do to move those runners around.
Billy Jenkins stands on deck for the Rangers as Feeser delivers. That one goes in the zone. Tried to check his swing, but it might have come a little late.
Yeah, I think Chamberlain went around on that one. That's what home plate umpire Tony Fontes saw as well.
0-1 count to Chamberlain. Feeser with runners in scoring position, the biggest jam he's been in all the game. The 0-1. Down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Really, in Feeser pitched against Laramie in that Wednesday night game. He was never in this type of trouble at not once during this game.
No, they had the big 7-run inning early on in that start, and he got pulled a little early, but he didn't really have the opportunity to get in much trouble.
As Chamberlain takes it up the center, goes to McAnally. He'll throw it to first. Is he there? No. It's by about half a step, but the run does come in, and you've got a runner on third. Laramie now cuts the gap to 4, and this is what you got to do if you are the Rangers. Take what you're given. Good RBI by Ryan Chamberlain. That'll bring up Billy Jenkins 0 for 1, grounded out to the second baseman, and if you're Laramie, you need him to hit safely here.
Yeah, this would be a huge run if Jenkins could drive in Chavez.
First pitch to Jenkins, finds the zone. Good pitch by Feeser. 0-1 count.
Yeah, that was a good one. That popped the mitt of Caden Anderson. And after struggling a little bit early in this inning, Feeser seems to have settled in just a little 1 out away from getting out with just the 1 run.
And the pitch. This one up the center, past McAnally. And Chavez comes in. That one was hard hit. I don't know if McAnally made any contact on it. But the runners that were in scoring position earlier scored, and it's a 3-1 game. And here comes Diego Medina. We'll see what they score that. It's going to be a hit, yeah, because I don't think McAnally made any contact with it. It just beat him up the gap.
Yeah, and that was one that kind of took a strange hop as well.
Pitch to Medina. That one popped up high. It's going to go out of play. Anderson on the chase. No balls, 1 strike. Runner on first, 2 down and 2 in for Laramie. It's a 3-run ball game. And the Rangers might be building some momentum. We'll find out.
Yeah, Laramie not going away easily. When you get down big early on in a game, especially a state championship game, it can be difficult to rally the troops and get going again, but Laramie's done a very good job in this 4th inning.
0-1 count, check swing that makes contact, foul. No balls, 2 strikes to Diego Medina. Tatum Moore stands on deck. The 0-2 to Medina. That takes that one high, foul, and Medina's going to battle.
Medina doing a good job in this at-bat, fouling that one off. That's a tough one to catch up to sometimes with a guy that has the velocity that Bradley Fieser does, but Laramie doesn't seem to be shook a ton by Fieser's velo, as he has yet to record a strikeout.
0-2 on the way, and the pitch. That one finds the zone, and Fieser allows 2, but nothing more. We'll see if Laramie can continue the momentum on the defensive side of the ball. We're headed to the 5th. It's the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy, so the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
The best cement comes from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. They've been mixing cement for every type of job for generations. Major construction, road and bridge, cement blocks, foundations, sidewalks, curb and gutter, cement steps, septic tanks, and water troughs. No job is too large or too small. Make sure you get the best quality cement available at the best prices. Always get your cement from Ellingford Brothers. Call today. Ellingford Brothers, we know cement. 307-789-1515.
Well, when that inning ended, Grant Storebo, we had some history made.
Yeah, Bradley Fieser, we heard it in the pregame show in the interview with Cullen Holt. Ty Lane mentioned that Fieser was getting close to a couple of single-season records for Post 6, and he has tied the all-time strikeout record. His next one will be the record setter, and just a sophomore, Bradley Fieser, so he might break some of his own records as he goes.
Unreal. Here comes Colter McAnally, 2 for 2, a triple and a homer. First pitch to McAnally down in the dirt, a ball 1. And if you're Garrett Dodd, are you tempted to, at some point, maybe just send McAnally?
McAnally has definitely gotten 2 very good swings off, but I think I would still rather make a guy earn his way on than just give him first base.
The 0-1 on the way. McAnally hits a slow roller to the second baseman. Hogsett fires, and they beat him by about 2 steps. So that's a big out. If you are Laramie, getting the guy who's kind of been pretty much your kryptonite this game thus far.
Oh, there's no doubt Colter McAnally has had the best 2 swings of the day off of Garrett Dodd, the one off the trees that ended up being a triple, and the home run over the left field fence. So kind of breathing a sigh of relief is Garrett Dodd getting McAnally out.
By the way, back to that triple, heads up play by Brandon Chavez, knowing the rules, getting that back in time. Because if you don't know the rules, it's easy to just let that one sit, and it's an inside-the-park homer.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
1 ball, no strike, as Kostopoulos will pop that one foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kostopoulos, he's had a good postseason, but he's not had the type of postseason that I think a lot of people expected at this point.
No, he just hasn't had the extremely loud swings that Kostopoulos is capable of having. But he definitely has been very consistent in there. He's had a lot more singles. You expect a guy like him to be bashing balls off the wall, over the wall, and there's been some other guys that have been coming through with the huge hits for Post 6.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Zach Kostopoulos. Mason Tafoya stands on deck. Garrett Dodd finding his Laramie Rangers, knocking on the door, getting back into this one as Kostopoulos laces one into center left field. And Kostopoulos, as you mentioned, not a lot of big bang type hits, but a lot of smart hitting for the man who's probably going to be crowned the AA State Player of the Year.
Yeah, and I think that's just a testament to how good of a hitter he really is and how he takes advantage of pitches that are left over the plate, and he hits those very well. But the tougher pitches that a lot of power hitters end up swinging and missing on or taking for strikes, he's willing to just shoot them through some holes in the infield.
Tafoya pops that one high, but it will be foul. Tafoya, he's got a walk and a strikeout, so 0 for 1 today.
Came around to score the first run of the game for post 6. He was kind of the table setter in this ball game.
0-1 on the way. This one, fly ball into right field. Tate Moore goes back, makes the grab, throw back in the diamond. It'll hold Kostopoulos at second, or at first rather. Good grab by Moore over in right. That'll bring up Keldon Hastings. Fly ball to right field and a line out to the second baseman, Hogsett. First pitch fouled into the screen, barely getting a piece of that one, was Keldon Hastings.
Yeah, and that was a tough pitch to hit. That was a really good location from Garrett Dodd right on the outside edge of the plate. Hastings had to reach all the way out there to touch it.
0-1 count. This one popped up high, and it's playable, but it's going to drop off of actually a tent just on the other side of the fence. There's no fence there, so.
No, and we've already seen that come into play once in this game on that error by Cheyenne when the Laramie runner had to be held up at second, where if there's a fence there, he's definitely taking third as that ball got way down the left field line, or right field line.
0-2 count. Up high, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Keldon Hastings. Hastings already a state champion after winning last year. Really a lot of this post 6 team coming back to run it back in 2021 as the 1-2 misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Hastings.
Absolutely. As I look at this lineup, just Mason Tafoya and Hayden Swain were not on that state championship team last year. So there's a couple guys on this roster, but very experienced.
Hastings, fly ball in the right field, making the dive, but can't get it, is Moore. They're sending Kostopoulos around. He's going to score as the throw comes into third. It's an RBI triple for Keldon Hastings.
Yeah, and that's a tough one for Tate Moore in right field. He went for the full extension dive, but that full extension dive kind of allowed Zach Kostopoulos to score. I know you want to make the third out there, but if you catch that off the bounce, Kostopoulos doesn't score, Hastings stays put at second, you have a chance to get Hayden Swain out. But great effort by Tate Moore. He went full extension.
That'll bring up Hayden Swain. First pitch to Hayden misses, 1 ball, no strikes. 6-2, post 6 on top of Laramie. Runner on third, that is Keldon Hastings with the RBI triple, and he's had a very good state tournament. This one hit right up the center into center right field, and that's another RBI. It's 7-2, lead back out to 5 for post 6.
Yeah, and that was a good swing by Hayden Swain. That's his second ball, just right back up the middle. That's a good place to be for Hayden Swain.
Caden Anderson, the catcher, will come in. As the pitch comes in, this one popped up high, but it's going to drop just over the stands. The ball's 1 strike.
Anderson led off the previous inning with a single to left field. Sixers unable to bring him around. And he's had a very good state tournament. Hasn't done anything crazy, but he's just had some consistent hits and done a very good job behind the dish.
0-1 count to Caden Anderson. Ty Lobmeyer stands on deck. Anderson with a single and a flyout, so 1 for 2 in the state championship game. The 0-1 on the way. That one just misses outside. If it did not miss by much, though.
No, that's one that you just have to bring in a hair. If you're Garrett Dodd, that was a pretty good pitch. But Tony Fontes didn't like it. That's a ball.
Ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. That one in the dirt, bounces into the chest of Aiden Morris. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down, runner on first.
Look at that.
Already 2 runs come across for post 6 They led by 5, then Laramie cut it down to 3, and post 6 ready to do it again. This one, a light hit into right field, and the runners just move over station to station. Runners on first and second for Ty Lobmeyer.
Yeah, that's very similar to the previous hit Caden Anderson had. A little more right at Ben Malone and left, kind of through the 5.5 hole in between Billy Jenkins and Ryan Chamberlain. But 2 for 3, I should say, for Caden Anderson. Good start to this state championship.
Lobmeyer a walk and a sac fly, or excuse me, a sac bunt. The pitch. That one outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Dodd having a little bit of problems with location right now. The pitch. That one, beautiful location inside part of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, absolutely. And Garrett Dodd's pitch count getting up there just a little bit as the post 6 game changer has him at 87. Not sure exactly what he's at.
And that one, check this out. Stuck in the screen. That ball's not coming down. You can see it. I can't really see it on the camera, but it's stuck in the netting. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Lobmeyer. Grant, I'm going to fix that camera really quick if you'll take over.
Okay. Lobmeyer getting ready for the 2-2 pitch, 2 men on. Garrett Dodd kicks and delivers, and Lobmeyer fouls that one up and out of play. And Lobmeyer locked in a battle with Garrett Dodd here in the top of the 5th inning. Couple of guys on for Ty Lobmeyer. It's Hayden Swain at second, Caden Anderson at first, and I believe we got the camera fixed. Just a slight bump, knocked it off.
Honestly, it's a good thing that's the first time that's happened all week.
Kind of surprising that it's the first time
I know.
it's happened all week.
Two count. Lobmeyer gets under this one into right field. Grab by Moore. 2 come across for post 6 as they lead it 7-2 going into the bottom of the 5th. It's the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com.
There's a reason Rocky Mountain Yeti is Southwest Wyoming's #1 dealer. Come in and see what all the buzz is about. Voted Best of Evanston by you. Best of Evanston in new car sales, used car sales, and Best of Evanston in service. We have the best selection of inventory in town, paired with our legendary 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Come see us today at one of our 2 locations, 100 Wasatch Road or Yeti on 3rd next to Walmart. Let us help get you on your next adventure today. Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend driven.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
Well, Bradley Fieser's day is done. I wonder if that had to do with pitch count, trying to save him for what could be a regional start in, I think that tournament starts in about a week.
Yeah, I believe the first day comes on August 4th. It's Keldon Hastings playing shortstop now, but yes, I totally agree. And when you have a guy like McNally that you can bring in to close it, you can really have faith in pulling your guy Bradley Fieser on the mound, as McAnally's had a fantastic year on the mound as well. The changes for post 6, here's how they go. Keldon Hastings slides to shortstop. Mason Tafoya comes in to play second base. Ben Bowman into the game for designated hitter Hayden Swain. He's in center field, and of course McAnally on the mound.
McAnally, a incoming junior, I believe. And the pitch comes inside to leadoff man Tayton Moore. It'll be the 8-9 and leadoff hitters Moore, Malone, and Morris. as Laramie finds themselves down by 5 again going into the bottom of the 5th. Cheyenne, 9 outs away from state title 32. That is unbelievable to talk about as Morris pops that one foul. No balls, 2 strikes. All I have to say is it's a good thing the parking lot is a little bit back there.
Yeah, there's some balls that head out that way. I'm sure there have been some casualties throughout the year at Cowboy Field.
1-2 is a chopper at Lobmeyer at third. Throw across the diamond, and it dies a little bit, but a good pick by Kostopoulos at first. That's out number 1.
Yeah, and that was a good job by Ty Lobmeyer. It was almost like he wanted to long hop Kostopoulos. It works a lot better at home at Powers Field on the turf. You get a true hop. Not as well at Cowboy Field on the grass and dirt infield.
Here comes Ben Malone. Laramie needs something to go right offensively as the pitch goes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Down by 5. You've got 8 outs to work with as the 1-0 is popped up high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Coulter McAnally has had a very successful year on the mound. 59 innings pitched, 7 and 1, 3 saves. One's in there for a strike.
1-2 finds the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ben Malone, the left fielder. 0 for 1 on the day, flew out as the 1-2 misses in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Malone. McAnally, only his second batter that he's faced. He's already gotten 1 out. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Tipped into the glove. 2 down. I'll bring up Aiden Morris, 0 for 2. Grounded out to the third baseman, grounded out to the second baseman.
Yeah, and this combination of McAnally and Fieser is one that is probably going to give some teams fits in the years to come in the state of Wyoming. Pretty good when you can go those 2 back-to-back in a state championship game.
McAnally kicks and deals. What a breaking ball. Started inside and just came in and shattered the window.
Yeah, that was a good pitch for McAnally, and he has the capability to do that. He throws 4 pitches.
This one hit right up the center, off of the glove of McAnally, picked up by Hastings. Throw across the diamond in time. Wow, what a throw from Hastings to end the inning. We're going to the 6th. Post 6, lead by 5. It's the 2021 AA State Tournament, live on mylocalradio.com.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
I'm Kendall Roberts with the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition. Whether your car is a classic car or a new one, buckle up every time. Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Looks like we have a new pitcher for Laramie. Aiden Morris is going to come in from behind the dish. As Aiden Morris will be the new pitcher for Laramie.
So Garrett Dodd's day is done. Garrett Dodd went 5 innings pitched, 8 hits, 7 runs, 4 earned, 5 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Aiden Morris on the mound.
Aiden Morris, 28 and 2/3 innings pitched, 9 games pitched, 3 starts, a 1-0 record, 25 hits allowed, 22 runs allowed, 15 earned, 15 walks to 47 strikeouts, and a 3.66 ERA. He will face off with the top of the order, Julian Romero, Dom Lopez, and Coulter McAnally. Romero 0 for 2 on the day. Reached on an error and was thrown out at third. As Romero, with a 320 average, first pitch hit along the third base line, hovering, but it is foul.
All right, I think we got all of the changes.
Let's hear those defensive changes.
That was quite the shuffle for the Laramie Rangers.
Romero hits one. It's a grounder into center field and a leadoff hit for post 6. That'll bring up Dom Lopez. Let's hear the new defense for Laramie.
All right, here's the defense for Laramie. We mentioned Aiden Morris on the mound. That we did have right. Diego Medina slides in from first base. Billy Jenkins goes from third to first. Ben Malone comes in from the outfield to play third. Garrett Dodd goes back out to center. And Brandon Chavez slides to left. And that's all the changes for the Laramie Rangers.
That's all, huh? A whole new battery as Aiden Morris will pitch to Diego Medina as Lopez fouls off the first one. No balls, 1 strike, nobody down, 1 on. 5-run lead for post 6 here at the 2021 AA State Championship. Pitch goes in the dirt, picked up by Medina. Runner takes off for second. He gets in there sliding just in time. That's Julian Romero.
Yeah, and that was a good job by Romero as soon as he saw that in the dirt. Really didn't get away from Medina all that far, but Romero was off as soon as he saw it hit the dirt.
Pitch inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dom Lopez. Coulter McAnally stands on deck. Kind of has stolen the show at the state championship. A triple, a homer. As this one is popped up high into shallow right field. It could be trouble, but making a diving catch was Riley Hogsett. Right around the foul line in right field. That's 2 down.
And that was
one down.
That was a crazy play by Riley Hogsett. He had to cover a ton of ground. The right fielder, Tate Moore, was kind of shading the gap just a little bit, and it was Hogsett's ball all the way. He had the best angle at it, and boy, he had to go full extension. We've seen a few full extension catches in this tournament.
Defense has been great no matter who the team is. 1 down, runner on second, first pitch to McAnally. In there for a strike. Coulter, as we mentioned, 2 for 3 on the day, a homer, a triple, and he ground out to second last time up. The 0-1 misses just low, 1 ball, 1 strike to McAnally with Kostopoulos on deck.
Yeah, we mentioned McAnally's hitting day thus far, and now he has a chance to close this game out.
This one, fly ball into left field. Chavez goes back, and it's going to be just short of the fence as McAnally has an RBI double. He's a single away.
Single away from a state championship game cycle, and that one, Chavez gave it a jump. I think he thought he was closer to the fence than he was, and that's such a tough play for an outfielder. We've seen Chavez be so good, and I think he thought that was maybe going to get over the fence when he leaped for that one.
So with a runner on second, 1 down and 1 in, that'll bring up Zach Kostopoulos, and big chance for him. Pitch down low, 1 ball, no strikes. Zach has been a very smart hitter, and we're getting some inside knowledge about Chavez. A left-handed left fielder, so he can't really make that reach that a righty could in order to try to get that play happen, as Kostopoulos pops this one deep into center left field. It's going to drop on the track. Here comes McAnally. Kostopoulos puts on the brakes at second. 9-2, post 6. They're putting their stamp on a 32nd state title.
Yeah, this is the team that I think the offense that Coach Lane wants to see more and more of as this postseason goes on. If post 6 can hang on to win this game.
9-2, 6 outs away from punching their ticket to Gillette for the regional tournament. I'll bring up Mason Tafoya. First pitch misses, 1 ball, no strikes.
Tafoya's had a solid day at the plate, a walk, a strikeout, and a fly out. He's reached base once, scored a run thus far.
1-0 outside in the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. Or excuse me, 2 balls, no strikes.
Zach Kostopoulos and Coulter McAnally back-to-back is just so tough on pitchers.
Pitch. This one hit at the shortstop, Chamberlain. He eyes the runner back to second, throws to first, out number 2.
No. That was a really good play by Ryan Chamberlain. We've seen some tough hops out at shortstop. A couple balls get through that maybe we haven't seen all tournament long, and Chamberlain did a good job scooping that up and firing it across.
Pretty good field here at Cowboy Field. Pretty good crowd as well. As the first pitch finds the inside part of the zone to Hastings. No balls, 1 strike.
Aiden Morris looking very good in his first inning of work.
0-1 on the way. That one bounces off of Medina and will roll towards the fence. Kostopoulos will easily take third on the play.
He's given up some hits, but really has been throwing the ball pretty well. Overall, that was a tough one for Diego Medina. It's one of those ones that we've seen it when it hits off the shin guard. It makes it a little more tough because you don't have quite as much control as when you can chest it up.
And you don't feel where it hit and where it could have gone, as this one is a ground ball into Chamberlain. Shortstop throws to first, out number 3. So 2 more come across for post 6. It's 9-2 going into the bottom of the 6th. This is the 2021 State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
Post 6. 6 outs away from another state championship. It'll be the 32nd in program history. What a run. What a run.
Yeah, it's been a really good run. We've been fortunate to have some very good players, very good coaches leading the charge, and very good parents. It takes an army to build something up like this, and this team is no different. Very talented post 6 squad.
Garrett Dodd, Brandon Chavez, and Riley Hogsett in the 6th to face Coulter McAnally as Dodd fouls the 1-0 away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Garrett Dodd getting his first look at Coulter McAnally. He came around to score the first run of the game for the Rangers.
Inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. McAnally kicks and deals the 2-1. That one popped up high. McAnally points it out. There goes Tafoya. No, coming in is going to be the right fielder, Dom Lopez, who calls him off, and he ran a long ways to make that grab. That's 1.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's exactly what the coaching staff teaches. It's the infielder's ball going out until the outfielder calls him off, and that's exactly what Dom Lopez did coming in right there, called him off. Tafoya did a good job peeling off for out number 1.
Here comes Brandon Chavez into the left-handed side of the batter's box. 1 down, first pitch to Chavez. That one down low, 1 ball, no strikes.
Coulter McAnally into his second full inning of work. Came on in relief of Bradley Fieser.
1-0 on the way. Upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes.
By the way, we never mentioned Fieser's final line. He went 4 innings, 2 hits, gave up 2 runs, 1 strikeout, no walks. So Laramie really did a good job of putting the ball in play against Bradley Fieser. Just the Cheyenne defense came to play this afternoon.
2-0 to Chavez. That one right down the pipe. 2 balls, 1 strike.
You should see the drip, literally, a glass full of cognac.
2-1 on the way to Chavez. This one hit right at the second baseman, Tafoya. The ball hits the dirt, but he is able to glove it and send it over to Kostopoulos for out number 2. 4 outs away if you're post 6.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what they're doing right now, just counting outs. They know how close they are, just got to keep staying with the process, trust the process. And I want to give a shout out to Mason Tafoya. He's the Swiss Army knife of this team. Ty Lane feels comfortable with him playing corner outfield, center field, middle infield. He can do it all.
First pitch finds the zone to Riley Hogsett. He's got a sacrifice and a fly out to left field on the ledger today. 0-1. That one misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Pretty good pitch. That one came out of the hand of McAnally pretty hot. That may have been the fastest pitch he's thrown all day.
1-1 on the way. That one fouled over the Union broadcast booth. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Remember Union. Proud sponsors of the broadcast booth on mylocalradio.com. Visit your local Union store or their websites. Union Wireless. That one in the zone, and McAnally sends them down in order. We're off to the 7th. It's the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com.
When you lose a tooth? Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest, so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy, so the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
Top of the 7th inning. Hayden Morris moves back to catcher. Brandon Chavez moves to left field. Dodd. Hold on, we're getting a lot of changes here for Laramie. We'll get them all straightened out when they come in, but it is a 9-2 lead for Cheyenne post 6.
Now pitching for the Rangers, number 7, Tayton Moore.
It'll be Tayton Moore, who was in right field to pitch in what could be the final inning of the Laramie Rangers season. Cheyenne wins this game. They are the 2021 AA State Championship.
And I think I have all of the changes for you. It's Aiden Morris behind the plate, Diego Medino back to first, Billy Jenkin at third, Ben Malone in right, and the right fielder, Tayton Moore, comes in to pitch and close things out. And it's Ben Bowman at the plate, as Hayden Swain, the DH, got killed when Coulter McAnally came in to pitch.
So Bowman will come in. Pitched well against Evanston yesterday in the semifinals. And the pitch, that one, breaking ball, just does not come back in the zone. 1 ball, no strikes to Bowman. His first at-bat of the game. 1-0 on the way. That one catches a piece of the home plate umpire. as it rolls past Aiden Morris. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, that's Tony the Tiger Fontes behind home plate. He's done a lot of games in his career. Big shout out to Tony. He did a lot when I played, did a lot when I coached.
2-0 on the way. This one hit right at the second baseman, Riley Hogsett, who smothers it for 1. I'll bring up Caden Anderson, the catcher. 2 hits on the day, so 2 for 3 if you add the fly out to center field. Anderson waves the bat around, and the first pitch, that one bounces in the dirt before the batter's box. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I think Aiden Morris might have just caught that on the bounce like it was coming in as a pitch, but Caden Anderson has had a very good state tournament at the plate. I've been impressed with his at-bats all week long.
1-0 count to Anderson, who pops this one high. Garrett Dodd in center field circles it and makes the grab. That's 2.
So this is what you need if you're Laramie. Get the 1-2-3 inning, get yourself back in the dugout, and give yourself an opportunity to potentially mount a comeback.
Here comes Ty Lobmeyer. He's 0 for 1. He's got a sacrifice bunt, a walk, and a run scored. And a fly out to right field last time up. First pitch misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Ty Lobmeyer, the 9-hole hitter. He's been tasked with turning it over in this game, but he's really in there for his defense, and we've seen him make some really good plays at third base.
1-0. Misses low. 2 balls, the count.
Really?
12:36. We're apparently an hour away from weather blowing in, but it looks like a beautiful day. 2-1 finds the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Absolutely. The easiest job would be a weatherman in the state of Wyoming, because it doesn't matter if you're wrong. You don't know what's going to happen anyway.
That is totally Mary Poppins. Yep.
Next one misses low outside. 31 count. Talab Meyer with the dangerous Julian Romero standing on deck, and it's the top of the order. 3-1. This one, chopper up center field. Chamberlain ranges over to grab it. Throw on to first, and it's a bang, bang, bang inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. Will it be the final inning of the 2021 AA Wyoming American Legion baseball season? We'll find out. Cheyenne Post 6 leads 9-2 at the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
There's a reason Rocky Mountain Yeti is Southwest Wyoming's #1 dealer. Come in and see what all the buzz is about. Voted Best of Evanston by you. Best of Evanston in new car sales, used car sales, and Best of Evanston in service. We have the best selection of inventory in town, paired with our legendary 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Come see us today at one of our 2 locations, 100 Wasatch Road or Yeti on 3rd next to Walmart. Let us help get you on your next adventure today. Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend driven.
Bottom of the 7th. 9-2, Post 6 on the mylocalradio.com scoreboard, as Ryan Chamberlain will lead off a do-or-die inning for the Rangers and fouls the first one off. 0-1. Elanoff and Grant Storebo coming to you live from the Union Sports broadcast booth today at Cowboy Field. Remember, Union offering high-speed internet for your home and office. Visit unionwireless.com or stop by your local Union office for all the details. 2 balls, 1 strike to Ryan Chamberlain. It'll be Chamberlain, Jenkins, and Medina as Ryan pops that one up. And this one is coming in into the glove of Caden Anderson, who comes over and makes the catch over by the dugout of post 6. 2 away from title 32.
Yeah, that was a tough play right there from Caden Anderson. You thought that was maybe going to get out of play. It didn't. He was able to make that play. And like you said, post 6, 2 outs away from reaching their goal of clinching this state title and therefore clinching themselves a spot in the regional tournament.
Every game of the 2021 AA state title and state tournament has been brought to you on mylocalradio.com by the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition. Again, the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition reminds you to buckle up for life. Wyoming, every ride, every time. And we send that message to every fan, every worker working this state tournament as they will begin their journeys home today. 0-2 counts to Billy Jenkins.
Coulter McAnally has looked very comfortable on the mound since he's come in, and he's the guy you want on the mound to close this thing out.
0-2 finds the zone. Dirty pitch by McAnally. And they're down to their final out. The Laramie Rangers are in a little bit of trouble. This is not the way you want to end your season, but if it is, look at what the Rangers have done. 2 and out at state last year, all the way to the state finals this year. And consistently a team talked about as one of the top 5 in the state.
Absolutely, nothing to hang your head about here if you're the Laramie Rangers. This is a really good post 6 team that has high aspirations for the rest of the year. I know that this post 6 team is looking to go show out well in Gillette and potentially be that first team to reach the World Series.
From the state of Wyoming. 0-1 to Medina, misses, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Caleb Wallace, you won the $50 from Union Federal Credit Union. Come over to the table below the press box.
Medina twirls the bat. Gonna try to get to Tayton Moore. The pitch, this one, lightly hit at McAnally. He takes it over to first himself. And post 6 have won the state title. 6 is won again.
I wouldn't want to be on the bottom of that. Cheyenne 9, Laramie 2. Your
2021 state championship
AA state champions
for post 6.
And there were some guys that took some shots in that dog pile. There were some full senders. They jumped high up in the air and took some shots, but nothing better than that feeling ending up with your teammates gathered at the mound. And this is the best part of the whole thing, is when you can just hug your teammates and you've finally gotten what you've been reaching for and you extended your season at least another week.
Post 6 wins title 32. The Laramie Rangers, what a season they had. Came in as the number 2 seed in the East. Consistently mentioned as one of the top teams in the state this year after a bounce back season. And you know, Laramie, they're gonna be back. Your final score on the mylocalradio.com scoreboard, post 6 will be crowned state champions again. 9-2 as the handshakes happen at home plate. Both of these teams well deserving of the awards they will get. We're gonna keep it right here as we will have the presentations live from Cowboy Field, and Grant Storebo, former post 6 Sixer. The run continues. Talk about the feelings you have right now.
Yeah, you know, I'm just so happy for all of these guys that they were able to really win this state championship in the fashion they did. Really didn't leave a doubt at all. One of the really, probably one of the best win margins we've had in all of the run, and really huge shout out to the Laramie Rangers squad. They had a very good season. They beat post 6 a couple of times this year. Very worthy opponent, but just, I don't think they had the pitching left at the end. But when it comes to this post 6 team, just so many good kids out there, and they have a lot of fun playing the game they love, excited that they get to go play another regional tournament. And who knows, maybe this is the first Wyoming team that will crack that regional tournament championship.
Maybe it will be. Cheyenne post 6 is number 1 in the state of Wyoming yet again.
Let's hear it for the post
And the Rangers deserve a very big hand and a very big thank you from the community of Laramie. What they've done this week, lighting this town on fire with the great walk-off win over Jackson, dominating win over Gillette, and then the walk-off win to get to the state championship over Casper just about 24 hours ago. And again, a bounce-back season for Laramie. 2-0 at the state tournament a year ago. State runner-ups in 2021.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a huge turnaround. And another program that's trending in the right direction. I think that's the theme of this state tournament for really a majority of the teams that are here. Lots of teams going in that correct direction. And I think this state tournament is going to be a fun one for years to come. The Rangers are going to have something to say about it. Post 6 obviously will have something to say about it next year. Evanston's going to be in that mix. Casper's going to be in that mix. Gillette always in there. Just a fantastic tournament. And as we've mentioned a couple times, Wyoming baseball just trending in the correct direction.
The parents come out with the cell phones to capture a moment that these young men will remember for the rest of their lives. And Grant, you were a Sixer. You've won state titles, multiple state titles. What does it feel? What does the second one feel like compared to the first one, as most of these young guys are experiencing right now?
I'm gonna pull a line out of Tom Brady's book. The best one's the next one. But man, you enjoy the heck out of this day, and you take as many pictures with that trophy as you can, because that's really what sets this moment forever. This is a moment, as you mentioned, these kids won't ever forget. And the more pictures you can take with your teammates, your family members, anyone that came here and wanted to share this day with you. Such a special day and such a special team, as this Post 6 team is so good. We're getting ready for the awards ceremony as they set up the table in front of us. And I just want to give a shout out to the Class A people in Laramie that put on just a great tournament, as this was so well run. A lot of people working so extremely hard on the field, people showing up, being here all day long, and just a fantastic tournament run by the Laramie Rangers. Fitting that they got to play on the final day. Always makes it much more entertaining when you get to play on the final day. I know it didn't go the way the Rangers wanted to, but still a heck of a year for the Rangers and a heck of a year for the Sixers. Not quite done yet.
The hardware coming out for the state championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn this show over to State Commissioner of Wyoming American Legion Baseball, Cody Beard.
All the way up.
Cody Beers stepping to the forefront to announce the awards, as he does at the end. He's the State Commissioner of American Legion Baseball, does a fantastic job. And
Is it working? All right.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cody Beers, and what a great day. We were able to move the tournament up a couple hours and get done before the rain starts. There is a 96% chance of rain at 2 o'clock today, believe it or not. So we got it done, but first, let's start saying thank you. These are people who met on this football field, on this field before the Boise State game last December, and we had a talk about the state tournament. Just happened to be a blizzard when we were here doing it. So I'd like to recognize some people who really made this thing happen and made Cowboy Field what it used to be. First, from the city of Laramie, Todd Fieser, please stand. The man who did all the sweating and his crew, Mike Malloy and the grounds crew. Hey, Mike, come on out. Is Mike hiding? Okay. Somebody get Mike to come out. He was in the shed back in the back a minute ago. Local tournament director, outstanding job, Jen Chavez. The Laramie Rangers Board of Directors, thank you very much. Also, Post 14, thank you for all your work to make this tournament a reality. I'd like to thank our PA announcer, Dan Buss, who kept us all entertained throughout. Thank you very much. And the umpires and our UIC, Mark Aramosky and Rock Springs. Without umpires, folks, we wouldn't play baseball. We'd have a bunch of scrimmages. So let's give the umpires a big hand. Jen, thanks for your help on this, but at this time I'd like to recognize a gentleman who works behind the scenes to make sure that Wyoming American Legion baseball is on the map. He's also the Wyoming Sportscaster of the Year. He does wild preps. Hey, come forth, David Settle. All right, let's get to it. PK, you want to help me out here? First, our second place trophy and medals go to Coach Aaron Lozano and the Laramie Rangers. Congratulations. Have a great season.
Laramie Rangers getting their second place trophy, a well-deserved honor for the home team, as well as their silver medals. Those players, maybe a minute, but in a few days' time, they'll be able to look back on those fondly, and it's a constant reminder of what they accomplished here this week.
Oh yeah, very good thing to have if you're the Laramie Rangers. I know it's not the medal that you wanted being put around your neck. Nobody ever wants the second place medal, but that's one that you take a deep breath, reflect on some things, and it was a very good year for the Laramie Rangers. They accomplished some great things.
And a lot of young talent on that team, of course. Brandon Chavez comes to mind. They'll be back. They will be back.
Absolutely. This Laramie team isn't going anywhere, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in Wyoming baseball next year and the years to come. I think Coach Lozano has done a fantastic job with the Laramie Rangers, and he has them trending in the right direction. They're going to be a problem coming forward. As we mentioned, they're the team that took the regular season conference game away from Post 6, so very capable of competing with Cheyenne Post 6, as we saw today.
We'll turn it back to Commissioner Cody Pierce.
I know he's going to hate me for this, but Mike Malloy, come out here. This guy is a real dude, man. He works his butt off. He's been out here for months. Mike, thank you so much on behalf of Wyoming American Legion Baseball to make Cowboy Field legendary again. Thank you. All right, without further ado, for the second year in a row, and this year, guys, we go to regionals. The Wyoming AA State Champions for 2021, Coach Ty Lane and the Cheyenne Post 6 Sixers. Congratulations.
And as Post 6 gets their medals, you can kind of say it. First verse, same as the second verse, same as the first.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of my favorite things is the first person Ty Lane turns around and hands it to all the seniors first in line to grab that trophy. The 4-5 seniors on this team, they hop in line first and ready to go. And such a good feeling to be able to hold that trophy. And just a really good year for the Sixers. Not done yet, as Cody Beers said, have the opportunity to go compete at Gillette. 2 Wyoming teams in the field, so double the chance that Wyoming can have a good showing this weekend this coming weekend, I should say, at the regional tournament.
And the Post 6 factory continues to turn out champions.
Yeah, it really has been a very good and just a tough run to go on. It's tough to win that many titles in as many years as it's been, and just a testament to these kids and coaches and parents and board members and everybody that keeps showing up and churning out a good product. It takes a lot of work from top to bottom. Starts at the lower levels with the Indians, the Prep, and the Hawks, getting them ready for this stage. A lot of these guys went through the ranks, fully through all 4 levels, and it's been a great year. Here's Cody Beers.
All right, so we've got 2 awards left. The first award is the AA Sportsmanship Award. It was unanimous by the umpires in this tournament. Congratulations to the Laramie Rangers.
That is a heck of a thing to be proud of if you're Laramie.
Absolutely, the Sportsmanship Award is the real deal. It's really good when you run a high-class program, and that's what Aaron Lozano does for Laramie.
And as I just heard, I believe that they won last year as well.
Is the state's tournament MVP award, and it really goes to the most consistent player who impresses the crowds, and he leads his team by example. This player started this game kind of an interesting form that led to a lot of explanations about local rules and all that, as he hit about a 410-foot bomb and came back in the field. Well, in legendary form, folks, we're sitting up there, and I just mentioned it to TK Stout. I said, this time he's going to pull one out of here. He did it. You all witnessed it. Congratulations to our tournament's most valuable player, Porter McAnally.
With the defensive excellence he had all tournament, and as Cody Beers mentioned, the shot he hit the triple that he thought was a home run and then made sure it was a home run. It's no surprise here.
Absolutely, not a ton of surprise. Coulter McAnally, you dubbed him the black hole out at shortstop throughout this tournament. He's had a fantastic tournament. Nobody more deserving than that guy. He works extremely hard. And here's Cody Beers.
They'll be on a bus in a few days where they'll go to Gillette to participate in the Northwest AA tournament. This tournament is part of the national tournament, and that's the next step toward the Legion World Series. So now it's time to get behind our Wyoming State champion and our host team, Gillette. And let's make sure that Wyoming makes a trip to the Legion World Series. And what do you think, guys? Congratulations to Cheyenne, to Laramie, to all the teams that participated in this tournament. Good luck, guys. Thank you, Laramie. We'll see you next season.
And wow, Grant Storebo, just your reactions to the final game, the end of the Wyoming season. Of course, Coulter McAnally winning the state tournament MVP for Post 6.
And yeah, my reaction just kind of what it has been. Coulter McAnally, a very deserving MVP. Post 6 played an extremely clean tournament. Did have a couple of errors today, but for the most part, they played extremely clean, had enough big innings to come back and battle with all of these really good Wyoming teams. And yeah, just a great state tournament, as we've mentioned multiple times. Well run, very good baseball being played all day long, all week long at Cowboy Field. As now you take your team pictures, you have some fun, and you enjoy the rest of the day.
Hey, the 2021 AA state tournament, every game of the state tournament has been brought to you on mylocalradio.com by the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition. We're going to step aside and wrap it, and we are done here at the Union Sports Broadcast booth. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have a special Buckle Up for Wyoming post-game show with Cullen Holtz. Cullen, can't wait to hear your reaction here. Post 6, your state champions again. This is the 2021 AA State Tournament live on mylocalradio.com.
At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we know our members by name and we love working with them face-to-face. But did you know that members can also handle almost all banking online? Everything from managing your accounts and paying bills to applying for all types of loans. It's simple, and we're happy to help you get started. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
That's it. The Cheyenne Post 6 Sixers, the 2021 Wyoming American Legion Baseball State Champions. They are moving on to the regional tournament. They did so in dominant fashion. It was fun to watch them all tournament long, and we're going to break it all down here in the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. I'm Cullen Holt. Welcome back. We're going to hopefully get some interviews later on. We'll take a look at all the highlights and the best moments from that championship victory for Cheyenne, as well as this Post 6 dominance just continues into 2021. Let's actually just go right to the video, huh? We'll take a look at how Cheyenne topped Laramie 9-2 on that My Local Radio scoreboard out at Cowboy Field in Laramie. We knew this was going to be a good one. A couple teams that had met a bunch of times already this season, including once already in this tournament. That one went to Cheyenne by a much bigger margin. We already knew this game might be a little bit different, and it was, but Cheyenne came out on top again. We'll pick things up in the top of the first. There goes Coulter McAnally, as he has all tournament long. He sends this one deep to left center field. We thought maybe for a moment it might have been a home run. Ended up being just a triple for him. So actually we were scoreless after that top of the first. That's the second day in a row we've thought that a Post 6 player has hit a home run, but ground rules out at Cowboy Field. If it hits the tree first and would have landed in fair territory, then it is just a ground rule. So we're going to go down to the top of the second. This is Julian Romero getting Cheyenne on the board this time. It's a line drive out to right field. Just gets away from the right fielder for Laramie. 3 runs come around on the error. And then wacky little play there. That actually ends up being out number 3 because Romero, rounding for second on the error, missed the bag at first, and that was the third out. But 3 runs already scored. Cheyenne up 3-0 at that point. Next inning in the top of the third. Cheyenne's offense still putting in work. Here goes Coulter McAnally. First time, missed it by that much. That time, no doubt about it. Over that left field wall, it is gone. A 2-run homer for McAnally, and now Cheyenne's up 5-0. Next inning, bottom of the 4th. This is where we'll see Laramie get to work. Their offense wakes up for the first time. Chamberlain with the ground out puts the ball in play, and a run comes around to score for Laramie. Now all of a sudden, it's a ball game. They're down by just 4. Billy Jenkin, we saw what a good game he had yesterday. He steps up to the plate, pulls Laramie within 3 with an RBI single back up the middle. So now Laramie feeling like they can play with post 6. It's just a 3-run game at this point. But Cheyenne right back to work again. Let's go to the top of the 5th. This is Keldon Hastings. 2 triples in this game, huh? And this one, a 3-bagger to bring in a run. All of a sudden, it's 6-2 Cheyenne. Hayden Swain gets in on the fun. He's got an RBI single. 7-2 Cheyenne. 1 inning later, let's go now to the top of the 6th between these two teams. And Coulter McAnally right back to work. He was, I believe, 1 hit short of a cycle in this game, actually. This time he gets the double to bring in a run. And then Zach Kostopoulos, that 1-2 offensive punch for Cheyenne. Kostopoulos adds the 9th run of the day with an RBI double of his own. Those were actually back-to-back hits, and that's how we get that final score of 9-2 in favor of Post 6. They are the state champions. Let's pull up the box score now from this game. Take a look at just how it all shook out numbers-wise. Cheyenne with 9 runs, it should be, on 8 hits, 2 errors for the Post 6 offense. And let's talk a little bit about Coulter McAnally and the way that he played this tournament and today as well. So let's go to the video for Coulter McAnally. He was so impressive on both sides of the ball in this tournament. So let's look at Coulter McAnally. He goes 3 for 4 today with 3 RBIs and a home run. Thought he had a homer the first time, ended up being no runs scored in that inning, but he does get it out on the second try. McAnally actually ends up being the tournament MVP, and he deserved it. Again, solid play on both sides of the ball, and an excellent day at the plate for Cheyenne today as they capture the state championship. Now let's take a look at the bracket, just wrapping up how we got here and how Cheyenne got the victory. Cheyenne undefeated through the tournament as they defeat Laramie. They are the state champs, and like we said, they're going up to that regional tournament in Gillette pretty soon here as well. Let's bring it back to the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. What a season for Laramie. I mean, what a magical run to this tournament as well. A little bit of a stumble at the end of conference play, the last 4 straight conference games. Turned it around, walked off in the nightcap on day 1. Won their next game by just 1 run in a very close back-and-forth matchup. Then they had a loss to Cheyenne, came back the next day, responded after getting beat 16-0, and walked off again to get back into the championship day. Just a magical run for the host team. I'm sure everybody in Laramie loved being able to go out and see that as well, and we liked having it live on mylocalradio.com too. In addition, Laramie won the Sportsmanship Award from the Wyoming American Legion baseball. So congratulations to them as well. They deserved that. They were a very well-rounded team in this tournament, and they had that little bit of pixie dust to get a couple of magical wins as well, in addition to what a talented team they had. So what's next for Cheyenne? They'll go up to the regional tournament in Gillette. They want to be the first team from Wyoming to book a spot in the American Legion World Series. So to do that, they'd have to win the regional tournament. That'll actually be 2 Wyoming teams there. Gillette, the auto bid, as the host team, and then Cheyenne as the state champs from the Cowboy State as well. Let's step aside. We'll come back, talk a little bit more about this game. We're still waiting to maybe get some coaches on the post-game show as well, if we could have some interviews here too. So I'm Colin Holt. We'll talk to you in just a moment.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
The car just started to spin. I could feel the top of the truck hit my head. I could feel the seatbelt hold me in place, and I knew it was doing its job. And I was so thankful for those seatbelts because they held us in. We did not go through that windshield. We did not go out that door. When it spun and flipped, we remained in that vehicle. The most glorious moment of my life ever was to open my eyes and see her face.
I like to believe the seatbelt is what saved my mom and I's life, and I just don't understand why somebody wouldn't just take the 3 seconds to just make that small decision to click it. Ever since I came home from the hospital, they put me in a seatbelt, and even now as a new driver, I still remember always to put my seatbelt on.
It's such a simple action that you can do that can completely change the course of your life forever. We are the Braley family, and we're alive because we buckled up.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Cheyenne 9, Laramie 2, that is the final as we welcome you back to the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. A very fun game yet again. Cheyenne taking care of business. They were the favorites coming into this tournament. They were number 1 in the 307 Baseball Coaches and Media poll pretty much all season long as well. And they kind of put aside all the pressure that surrounded them and got the job done to get the state championship today, beating Laramie 9-2, the final once again. Why don't we just recap a little bit what's been happening over the last few days. Let's start it off with the winners bracket from this tournament. There was a loaded field in the 2021 Wyoming American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Day 1, Sheridan beat Evanston, Cheyenne beat Rock Springs, Casper took care of Gillette took care of Casper, I should have said. That was a really close game, by the way. I think that one went to extras as well, and then Laramie walked it off against Jackson. Winners semifinals, Cheyenne, big win over Sheridan. Another close game, Laramie beat Gillette in another nail-biter of a game to meet in the winners championship, and then that's where Cheyenne beat Laramie 16-0. Losers bracket, this is where some of those teams dropped down. How about Casper and Evanston, both losing on day 1 of this tournament and fighting their way back into the semifinals? Casper knocked off Sheridan, Evanston knocked off Gillette in a pitcher's duel. How about that performance by Gus Allred again? So they worked their way back into the semifinals. Cheyenne with a 5th inning rally to beat Evanston, and then Laramie just barely got past Casper as well. So that's how we got to the updated bracket now, which is where we get to the state championship day on a Friday. And let's take that bracket now live on this Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios, or not. We're going to go right back to the studios, I guess. But that was a really good game between Laramie and Cheyenne only had to win 1 game. They won the first one and took care of business. We're going to step aside when we come back. I believe we've got Ty Lane and Coulter McAnally waiting to join us in the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. So we'll have that after the break.
I'm Kendall Roberts with the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition. Whether your car is a classic car or a new one, buckle up every time. Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
I'm Officer Kevin Malatesta, Public Information Officer for the Cheyenne Police Department. Cheyenne Police Department for the May mobilization is really looking for people who aren't seatbelted in their cars. It's a secondary violation in Wyoming, but as we make traffic stops for speeding, cell phones, whatever it may be, we're going to be looking to make sure that people have their seatbelts on. As we've gone over, seatbelts do save lives, and way too many people in Wyoming aren't wearing them. We want to make sure that people get home safely, get to see their families again. So if they're involved in a car accident and that seatbelt is on, there's a much higher likelihood of that person making it through that accident, making it through without injuries even. When we have crashes without seatbelts, the consequences are much more severe.
I buckle up because there's been too many fatalities around our house where somebody would have survived if they'd been wearing their seatbelt.
I definitely wear my seatbelt to keep him safe.
I wear it just for safety.
I buckle up because my mom makes me.
I buckle up to set a good example for my kids and to make sure they stay safe.
Getting home safe to my family.
I buckle up because it keeps me safe. Go Pups, buckle up!
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Well, we've got some special guests joining us now from the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. Let's bring them in now. It is now the state champion head coach, Ty Lane. And first of all, Coach, congratulations. How good does this one feel?
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It feels good, man. This was a special group of guys that we had here, and they've worked so hard over the course of the summer, 80-plus games, grinding together. We ask a lot of them. We do some two-a-days. We do a lot of different things, and these guys never complained, and they grinded all year long, and I think they're very deserving of winning this state championship. Just proud of this group.
Coach, what was your initial reaction when you recorded the final out? What's the first thing that popped into your mind? Do you remember?
I was just enjoying watching our guys running towards the middle of the field. Coulter fielded the ball, ran over and touched first himself. I was trying to see if they were going to tackle Coulter. I didn't want him to get hurt right there. So just excited for him and watch them celebrate, and it felt really good.
Yeah, that's something that sometimes doesn't get asked. For you as a coach, how special is it to see these guys that you have worked with all season long kind of get their moment and to see their reactions? How fun is that?
It's once in a lifetime type of experience. And, a lot of these kids, this group, have come through the Wyco Baseball Academy and through our facility since they were very young. And so I've known a lot of these guys since they were 8, 9, 10 years old and hit with them and had them in there and working with them since, a really young age. So to watch them grow up in front of your eyes and mature and then come out and just play so well over the course of 5 days and the maturity that they showed during the tournament, it's very special. And, I'm just excited for them and happy for them and excited to see them keep playing.
You talked about the maturity for these guys as baseball players, but like you said, you've known them for a little while now. Not only are they mature on the diamond, but they're just a group of good guys as well. So talk about getting to know them as people going through this program as well.
Yeah, that's so accurate, man. They're just great young men. All of them handle all of their business the right way on and off the field. A lot of them play in different sports and are great competitors in football and basketball and they treat their teachers the right way. They handle the classroom very well. And so just to see them put it all together and a lot of them are going to move on and play at the next level. And we're just happy. We feel like they're prepared to do that and excited to see them go succeed in life.
Love to hear that. Well, Coach, you've kind of teased it a little bit. You didn't want Coulter to get hurt. You said you're excited for this team to continue playing. So talk about what's next. You've got that regional tournament. I know this state championship was a goal for you guys, but you have goals that are bigger as well. So how excited are you guys to get that started?
Yeah, we're very excited. It's not often that the regional tournament's being hosted inside of our state, and Gillette's a great place to play baseball. And we feel like we have a really good team, a team that can compete well in that tournament and have a chance to get to the World Series. It takes pitching depth to get through that thing, and we feel like we have a lot of guys that can go get outs against really good hitters. So we're excited for that challenge. Getting to that World Series is something that this particular group of guys is really locked in and focused on. And so this is a huge win for us. It gives us the opportunity to try to go get that done, and hopefully we can play well next week.
Coach, do you have on your mind the fact that if you were to go there and get that victory, you'd be the first team from Wyoming to go to the American Legion World Series? Is that on your guys' mind that you want to do that for the state?
Yeah, we would love to do that. I think there's a little bit of a mental barrier there that Wyoming's never done it, and so they can't get it done. And we would love to change the stigma on that and break through and get a Wyoming team there, and not just do it for our program, but it hopefully will provide respect to any team in our state that ends up at a regional tournament. They know that a quality baseball team is coming, and somebody that has an opportunity and the potential to get to a World Series. So we're excited to attack that tournament and just see what happens down there.
Well, Coach, I probably held you too long. You've got some celebrating to do, I know. But I heard a rumor that the MVP, Coulter McAnally, is right next to you. Can you pass the phone to him if he's still there?
Absolutely. Here he is.
Thanks
Thanks again for having me.
Absolutely. Coulter, hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Hey, man, first of all, congratulations. What an awesome performance for you. Let's start with this. What was going right for you this tournament? Because you were obviously in a rhythm on defense and seeing the ball well on offense.
At the plate, I felt on time for everything. Caught a lot of barrels this week, and it just felt good.
You know, sometimes people who watch these American Legion baseball games, they don't understand just how much work goes into what you guys do. The early morning practices, the late night bus rides back from far away games. I mean, you guys played tournaments all over the country pretty much. So how cool is it for you to win this state championship with a group of guys that you've been through so much together?
It's really cool. To know all these guys are my brothers, and we can go through anything together. Go as far as we can go. Hopefully the World Series. I know it is the World Series.
Yeah, that's good to hear because we obviously we want to see Wyoming get a team in the World Series as well. Coulter, walk me through what happened for you after you record that final out. Did somebody come hug you? Did you jump in the dog pile? Or what were you doing?
Yeah, I just jumped in the dog pile. I looked at first, Zico wasn't there, so I took it myself and didn't really know where the dog pile was going to happen. Then it just happened.
So, Coulter, how do you guys now refocus? Because obviously you want to enjoy this. This is a huge deal to win another state championship. But also you've got another goal coming up. So how do you refocus the team to go try to get the job done in Gillette?
I think at our next practice we'll all be refocused and we know the goal. We know where we want to be at the end of the season.
Coulter, how much does it mean for you to win the MVP?
It means a lot. All the work I've put in, means it's pretty special.
Coulter, before I let you go, you got any plans to celebrate tonight? Is there a special meal on the menu, or are you going to party, or what are you going to do tonight to celebrate?
I have no idea.
Well, you got to at least treat yourself to a burger or something. All right, Coulter. Hey, thank you so much. Congratulations, man. Go enjoy this one with your teammates.
All right, thank you.
That is the tournament MVP, Coulter McAnally, as we come back to the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. Fun to have both those guys on the show. Again, that final score, 9-2. Cheyenne takes care of business. They are the state champions of Wyoming for American Legion Baseball. It was a fun tournament. So many good teams, so many great individual performances, team moments. We had walk-offs, we had extra innings, we had blowouts, we had 10-run frames, we had giant 6-run comebacks. I mean, we had it all, and it was all live on mylocalradio.com as well. Thanks in large part to the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition, reminding you to buckle up for Life Wyoming. Every ride, every time. What's your reason to buckle up? I know for Cheyenne, their reason to buckle up is so they can get up to Gillette for that regional tournament and try to be the first team from Wyoming to make it to an American Legion World Series. Again, Cheyenne, they are your state champions of 2021. Appreciate you guys tuning in all tournament long as well. We've had so much fun from the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming studios. I know I've really enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed watching the games out at the Union broadcast booth at Cowboy Field in Laramie as well. Cheyenne, they take home the trophy. They will play on and try to get to the biggest stage in American Legion baseball as well. For now, we'll say talk to you next year.